This is Food Chemistry Unit 2, Chapter 24, Separation Techniques, Mechanical and Chemical Methods. So mechanical separation involves no chemical changes needed to separate foods or food components. So if you want to separate parts of food, this method will not involve any chemical added to it. So we'll start with separation by physical properties. Sorting is a good example. It separates by size, shape, or color. Eggs are sorted by size, right? You can see it here. Wheat is sorted into bran, germ, and endosperm. Those are parts of the wheat plant. And then the food passes through screens. You can check that out in this Delta Mill Society if you're curious about the wheat. Grading is separation by quality. Eggs are graded on their air cells. The smaller the air cell, the higher the grade, and that grade is actually AA. So if you see an AA stamp on eggs, it's the freshest. Meat is graded on maturity, muscle firmness, color, and marbling. The older the animal meat, the lower the grade because it's tougher. Meat with a dark color means the animal might have been under stress when it was slaughtered. It's low quality due to chemicals that might make the meat darker. But marbling is fat distribution, right? That adds flavor or tenderness and gives the meat a higher grade. Density is separation by different densities. This is creaming. Low density liquids are collected above high density liquids. Like in milk, the fat rises to the top of the milk if it's not homogenized. Rendering is separating a component from food by melting it. This is how you get the fat from meat when it's cooked. You can probably throw that away if you'd like, but since it's got a lot of the flavor, a lot of people turn that fat into a gravy or a sauce. Sedimentation is the separation by particles settling. Gravity pulls denser molecules to the bottom of a liquid, right? They'll settle. The liquid can be separated without disturbing those particles or sediment from something like grains in beer, because beer is coming from like a wheat or a malt, right? And you got to get those grains out so you have a smooth tasting alcohol. Separation by additional force. This would speed the separation process. So centrifugal force involves objects moved around a central point, like a merry-go-round. This is your cotton candy machine right here, right? Hot sugar is put in a central tub, and then as it spins, it comes in contact with the cool air, and it turns it into the soft threads that you can eat. Now, these machines can also, they separate objects by density, and they do this faster. So this is how you can get cream from milk, also by this method. But a more common method really is the cotton candy machine, which I do have. Mine is a little bit smaller. This is more like if you rent it out at parties, but it gets the job done, as you will see. So you can check out the videos. Pressure. This is a separation that occurs by squeezing out desired components. So this is how you get molasses from sorghum or sugarcane. You just press the cane or the sorghum and you get the molasses. And then you can process that to get your different sugars. This is the concept of the juicer, right? You separate the juice from the fruit. But FYI, you need a lot of fruit to get that much juice. Foods often need multiple separation techniques like chocolate, soy, or sugarcane. So this chocolate doesn't end up like this very quickly. There's a lot that's involved. Also, coffee has a lot of steps to it. You can check it out in these videos. Chemical separation. This is separating with solvents. Solvents remove desired components from food, or they can remove unwanted components from food. So caffeine, like in decaf coffee and tea, the beans can be soaked in water as the solvent, and then the solution is passed through carbon filters to attract that caffeine. Crystallization, right, separates the solute from the solvent in a supersaturated solution. So rock candy crystals, right, are separated from a sugar and water solution. Precipitation, a solid is formed by mixing two liquids. Acid, like vinegar or lemon juice, is added to milk. It causes the casein protein to form. That's your curds, and that's how you get your cheeses. This looks like cottage cheese, right? But these curds, you can add different things to them to get different types of cheese. Evaporation removes water from solutions. So this is your instant coffee and teas. So they're instant, right? Then you buy them and then you add the solvent back, which is usually water. Distillation, this is separation based on boiling points. The vapors of one solution are collected and then cooled and condensed. This is how you can get flavor compounds of teas, and this is how you get distilled water, right? Pure water leaves by evaporation, then it's cooled, condensed, and collected, and the impurities are left in the original vessel. So we actually have a distiller here on campus, or you can just buy distilled water, and then a lot of your drinking fountains have that extra filter in them now to get rid of more impurities. Selective separation through barriers. This is filtration, which might look familiar from your physical science or chem classes. Liquids and small solutes pass through the filter paper, but large solutes are collected on the paper. But this concept is used in coffee machines, right? You collect the grounds once the coffee is done, or juicers, you can collect the pulp. Osmosis. This might sound familiar from biology class, but it is used in the food industry. This is your diffusion of water. So it's a movement from a high to a low concentration through a selective or a semi-permeable membrane. This allows some particles to pass and others not. That's what semi-permeable means. So where is this used in the food industry? Eggplants. If you've ever cooked eggplants, you can actually slice them and salt them. Let them sit for about 30 minutes and the water will form on the outside of the plant. The salt moved in and the water came out. This is also the first step in sauerkraut or kimchi, which is basically cabbage, right? It's kind of like a pickling method. You soak the vegetables in brine, which is salt water, and then water and sugar is pulled out of the cabbage. And then you can add different spices depending on your flavor preference.